Okay, we're at Super Sons number 4, and we're just going to enjoy this. All right, and yeah, this is definitely the type of cover that would have gotten me to pick up a book when I was a kid. I mean, even if I didn't know who the heroes are, they're recognizable. You can sort of guess at who they are, and you have this mysterious villain kid in a suit picking them both up, and one of them clearly has Superman power. There's like a whole forest being devastated behind them. Yeah, this is definitely what and you have Robin right there, obviously trying to disconnect some sort of cable going to the head. Yeah, that's definitely the sort of thing that would have gotten me to pick this up when I was a kid, and it would still get me to pick it up today. I'm just saying I can see why this book appeals to kids. And I wish that they could get it into more stores outside of comic shops. If they could get the trick, I think that they've missed a trick by not putting the by not coming up with some deal where they can get the trades of this and other kid-friendly books. I think both DC and Marvel missed that by not getting the trades of this and other kid-friendly books into places like Target and Walmart. I mean, imagine if they had like a display that had like their studio's latest movies and TV shows, on this, like display, and it was like maybe like some sort of like three-sided display, and you had like their TV shows in one section, their movies on another side of it, and then a collection of the best all ages trades. I consider anything rated teen and below to be pretty much all ages. Because I don't see much that's rated below teen, and the teen rating seems to be what would have been approved by the Comics Code Authority back when I was a kid. When I say that this is fine for all ages, well, I mean, parents still have to exercise their own discretion, but I mean, you're not likely to see anything really objectionable here. So anyway, let's go on. So it opens with Wayne Manor and the Kent farm waking up, and yeah, I like Alfred's reaction to discovering that Damien is gone. At least when Master Richard snuck out, he had the decency to construct a pillow dummy. Meanwhile, elsewhere, you have Robin and Superboy tied up by what must be really strong, sort of like cables. I have to ask, do you have any superpowers? Shut up. I mean, other than being easily captured. If you had just called for help when, like I said, but no, you always have to know better. Seriously, I'm not even convinced you have regular strength, let alone super. So much anger and disappointment. I can only assume you guys must be related. Family sucks, am I right? We aren't related, kid. Kid? That's Kid Amazo! Sunday! Bloody Sunday! You two look like Superman and Batman got married and had twins. How exactly would that work? They're both male. I'm not even going to ask how this kid thinks, where this kid thinks babies come from. I hate having siblings, lesser versions of me. Luckily, my own power allowed me to duplicate myself from the get-go. It only got better after this Amazo armor was absorbed into my cellular structure, and I could make all the mini-me's I wanted, each with the power to duplicate any other superpower they came across. Guess I should thank you, though, for helping me power up my android duplicates. Well, I should thank one of you, anyway. The other one's just flesh and blood, and can flip a lot. Great news, Superboy. Kid Amazo was able to use your powers Better than you. It wasn't my idea to track the stolen Amazo armor. No reason we couldn't let Mr. Lufer handle it. It was his tech. The hell it was. I have the Amazo virus in my blood. That armor was stolen. Yeah, by you. Your sister, or at least that robot version of her, told us everything. The virus gave me this power to make duplicates of myself. The armor enhanced my abilities, so I wasn't just making doubles of myself, but of almost anyone. It was like I finally had a real family, unlike those human idiots I lived with for the first decade and a half of my life. They wasted their awesome Amazo powers on everyone but themselves. But I kept them close and sedated and depowered, made them watch as I killed their own doppelgangers, day after day. But Mom, Dad, and the Sibs are starting to get on my nerves. Maybe it's finally time to make the dream the reality. I love this because they're not playing down this evil just because he's a kid. This has got to be one of the most evil, sadistic villains I have ever seen outside of the Joker. In fact, since he takes a perverse pleasure in like doing this repeatedly to his own family. I mean, it's like how many books would dare do it? I mean, it's just like wow. I guess a lot of books nowadays, but still, it's like wow. This makes and his power level just makes him a real challenge, and it's just yeah, this is just a great villain here, if you ask me. Sarah, you guys met. Well, I mean, you met the version of her I created. Sarah's Amazo virus power was controlling machinery, which is how she escaped and ran into the two of you. She's the youngest, so she always had the hardest time following house rules. Ain't that right, sis? I was going to be patient and strike the Justice League at a time when they were in disarray. But you forced my hand. My army of Amazo exoskeletons is ready now to surprise the League when they stop by to pick up their kids. Their absorbed powers will be absorbed into us, combined into our brutal stew with my own powers to create an army, and the Amazo family will be unstoppable. All right, that's enough. Let's get... stop! When you pull on the bindings, they cut into me, genius! Yeah, well, maybe you could try flipping a lot to get us out. Relax. We're going to be out of here in a few seconds anyway. How? You getting bat strength or something? Nope. Just turns out I have a very cool superpower. I can see the future. 3, 2, 1, and here's Lufer! Give me back my Amazo armor! What do you think I was doing with that android head right before we got captured? I have so much to teach you. I assume you children brought me here? Hey, we weren't... Time to tell me what's going on. Like I said in my message, this guy's stolen the Amazo armor and he wants to take over the world. It won't be this world, I assure you. Enough! Time to die! Robin, down! Sarah and her family. We need to get them out of here. Civilians, right. How very dad of you. Superman, Kid Amazo is your target. Handle him. You can't keep dodging me forever. Who the hell do you think you are, commanding Superman? You are commanding Superman, boy. I'm Robin, old man. Ugh. Batman's better half. Let's go. Right behind you. Hey, how are They still unconscious. Long-term bioneurosedative, most likely. That's weird, you know. That's weird, you know that. Very. Amazos! Stop them! Let go and get my family back. And so we see them run. So we see them run into the woods, and Sarah want doesn't want her brother to hurt anyone else. She just needs him down to one person instead of 100. Superboy blows him away with his breath. Huh. Hey, I guess super breath works sometimes. Grab the girl and leave the others. They'll be fine for now, but that's the way we came. Super breath and super noticing the obvious. Will the wonders never cease? Again, this interplay is just one of the things that just puts this book over the top. Amazo made me what I am. The armor never belonged to you, Luthor. Child, you are letting this robot control you. That Amazo exo armor was being held in my lab for the safety of the world. All lies! Hold him! Underneath the armor, he's just Lex Luthor and we can break him. You can't break me. I'm more than Lex Luthor. I'm super... Nah, he had it right the first time. You second stringers really want to play? Huh? You really want to see what Amazo has unlocked in me? You gonna make another army to take us on? Kid, you really need to grow a pair. Fine, let's call my real family back home. Let me show you what we all look like when we get together. He's re-emerging with all of his Amazo-powered doppelgangers. I only have a small fraction of the powers coming my way, but it'll be more than enough for you losers. Soon you will all be dead, and the League will be dead, and there will be only one hero left on Earth. Kid Amazo! Ah! What's happening? That pain you feel, ripping your flesh apart? That's family. Can't control the metal in him for long. Keep pushing, Sarah. Just long enough to get the Amazo skeleton. It's off. You did it. Hey, what's it coming toward me? Are you still controlling it? Enough. I've called the authorities. As far as I'm concerned, you're all delinquents. So if you want to throw yourselves at my mercy, you have 3 minutes. So Luthor's ego has only gotten worse. Yeah, I don't want to... Yeah, I hope he loses his Superman suit soon because I really don't want... Because I really don't want Luthor's ego, put together with Superman's powers. And I like this little note where she says that he was never a nice brother. Most stories, they would have it all be the Amazo armor, but no. He really was just a bully and a jerk. Yeah, some of it can be blamed on the Amazo virus, but not all of it. This was something, it just preyed on what he really wanted to do, and his fractured mind just made his anger and other things worse. Leaving was the wise move. Shut up! Luthor's a lot of things, but he will take care of... Luthor's a lot of things, but leave it... and I like it. Again, it shows that why they make the perfect team. Jonathan's the one that's more concerned with the people, whereas Damian looks at the big strategic picture, and again, as I said, it just works so well. And the fact that they're learning this while they're being super competitive and stuff and acting like kids, just makes it. And they get to the Kent farm. What about taking me to Gotham? Find your own way home. My cycle was destroyed in the battle. The one where we saved a family. None of that had to happen. We could have just told our dads and they could have handled it. Whatever, I'll just send for a new one remotely. Be here in a minute. Right, because you're the world's greatest superhero with an answer for everything. You were dying to partner up. You just can't admit it. You don't care about anyone. No surprise there, since my dad says Batman does the exact same thing. I'm better than Batman in every way. No, you're not. You're Robin, a 13-year-old kid living in his house and working out of his cave and using all his stuff. You're not the one the bad guys are scared of. It's Batman, not Robin. Next time you're looking for a partner, call someone else, cause I... And then we get the scariest cliffhanger of all time. Angry Lois, at least to a kid, Angry Lois and Alfred. You boys had better start talking, and quick. Yes, I believe ditto. Yes, I believe ditto is the operative word. Next, the brave and the bald. This comic is great. It's just great. It's the perfect little summing up of the action portion of the introduction of these characters in their own book. You'll see why I consider part 5 to be the real end of this story, but in the next issue of this series that we cover, but it's just the classic, the banter, the them learning to work as a team. It all just comes together so well. And as I said, Kid Amazo is a great villain, and I wouldn't mind seeing him make a comeback if they continue this team up in any form. But I'm not going to focus on that. I'm just going to focus on the fact that I love this comic and I love this issue. The only thing I can complain about is I don't think Kid Amazo's plan was really that realistic. But and I wish Superboy had done a little more, but still it was pretty close to being the perfect team up. So I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. It's just so close to being perfect. So I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.